How's it going, everybody? Welcome to Tactical Approach Outdoors, the industry's first online deer hunting coaching program. Make sure to go down and hit the like button for this video, subscribe to the channel. You can also follow us on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with all of our coaching programs as well as our upcoming adventures. Thanks for watching and enjoy the video. Hey, what's up, everybody? Doing a quick scouting trip today for work. Property closer to home. It's a little different property than I normally would hunt. It's a little smaller, but it's got really good deer activity on it, which is the only thing I care about. So I just wanted to do a quick trip around the standing corn, see if we got any good prints, something I can maybe key in on during early season. Now, I already know what the edges look like on this property. I know there's deer here already, but I thought I'd maybe tell you guys kind of what I'm doing for this quick trip. See if it'll help you maybe prioritize your scouting. Say you only have a little bit of time to scout on a particular day, but you really want to check out a property, right? So I can spend hours scouting. I like being very detailed, but sometimes you just got to cover ground and see what's going on and then come back later and be more detailed with it, right? So I'm going to hit this field edge. I'm actually going to go ahead and jump on down here and make it easier to walk. Hit this field edge, because this field edge is going to tell me just what the deer activity looks like here close to property. Everything on the other side of the property tends to get hunted a little bit harder. So that's why I'm over here. And if we've got good deer activity over here on this field edge, on the standing corn, then I know that I can actually come out here, make a good educated hunt, find a place to sit. So that's what I'm doing right now. I want to just be real quick with it, limit myself to how deep I actually get onto this property because of my limited time today. But we're going to make it a valuable trip still and see what we can find. Missouri's opening day is a few weeks away, so I'm just trying to cover all my bases and see if I can have find an early season buck to hunt and go from there. So I'm about to the corner here. I'm going to turn on in, and that's when we're going to start finding the deer. So we'll see what happens here. So this is what I've got going on here. Let's walk the levee in. Focus it in a little bit here. There we go. Focus it in, and that corner is what I'm more interested in, that inside corner right there. Also over there, there's an edge I know about. Kind of goes out to that tree line around the corner. This whole inside corner right here is what I'm really interested in. So there's always deer trails funneling out of this, and there's also some edges kind of moving into this property, and those edges have deer trails on them. So those are what I'm going to key in on, even though river bottoms may not have terrain features for funnels, right? Doesn't mean there's not main means of travel. In the majority of time, what you're looking for edges. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go find these edges and see if we got any tracks on them. So here we go. We got right here, got a couple tracks. Kind of looks like more of a doe tracks, but it moves on into that soft spot. Because the ground is so hard right now, that's what I have to try to find. These soft spots. There's a trail with multiple tracks. it's just kind of hard to tell exactly what the tracks are. So let's go to this soft spot here, see if we can get a better idea of size-wise what we've got going on. So that one's not a bad one. A little bit deeper than normal. Maybe a little bit wider, but the thing is it's not too much wider. So I still expect that to be a doe or a small buck possibly. I mean, it could be a bigger buck, but it's hard to tell with that track and that track. I mean, it's just softer ground right there. It shows that there's a bigger body deer at least moving. It is not quite an extremely large track that I may be looking for. So let's see, just kind of follow this on just a little bit more. I like though is that there's plenty deer traffic in here. That's a good sign. And then, so we're definitely on the right track. Let's just keep moving and see if we can find a little bit more evident of a track that could possibly be a more mature buck. And while we're at it, I'm going to keep an eye out for soft mass trees like persimmons and such, just in case. It adds value. We'll see. Let's keep moving. There's obviously deer here, which I knew this place had a good doe population. But considering I'm not here to shoot doe, we'll just keep looking. Alright, so I found a mast tree. It looks like little cherries. Actually, from the looks of it, I'm going to show you guys. It's actually pretty cool. Look up in the tree here. Focus in a little bit. Zoom. Try to find those little guys. There they are. Right there, those little fellas. I'll show you some on the ground here. Guy right there. Almost looks like a little cherry. I'll have to do some research. Figure that one out. This spot this tree is in was actually a main scrape that I found last year. So before I finished up my day, I at least wanted to come over here and check out this spot. It's not too far from the field edge, so I knew it wouldn't take much for me to get to it. But this cherry tree happened to be exactly in this scrape. So this is going to be a spot that I'm going to keep an eye on here moving forward. Haven't really found any tracks to key in on, anything that really excited me to come here for a early season opening day hunt, but that doesn't mean that the deer aren't going to be here come October. So we just kind of got to keep an eye on this. I'm going to mark this tree and do some research and figure out exactly what tree it is, so I know for my future reference as well. But this was actually the first time I found a tree like this, little cherry tree like this out in the woods. So kind of cool, honestly. But these little soft mass trees are going to be hot come end of September. Right now, even middle of September, end of September, into October for the October lull. Those white oak trees, these soft mass trees like cherries, persimmons, crab apples. Got another property I hunt with some pawpaws on them. If you can find yourself some soft mass trees, and especially if they coincide with some crops and or even white oaks, man, you've got a dynamite spot. So even though this might not be a property I hunt opening day, this is definitely going to be a property that I'm going to keep an eye on into the season, because there's obviously a deer herd here that feels comfortable and knows how to use the area. I have seen bucks here last year, so I know they're here. I just haven't put a lot of time into hunting it to figure out exactly what kind of caliber of buck is here. But we're gonna keep an eye on it. I'm running out of time for my day, so I'm gonna call that a wrap. And I hope what I did today kind of gave you some ideas, a little bit of tips, that if you're limited on time and you just need to make a quick scout trip, figure a property out, then these are different techniques that you can use. We're not always finding a property we can hunt. A lot of times we're finding a property that we don't want to hunt. So our scouting time is a lot more available than our hunting time. So we're trying to be careful with how we use our valuable hunting time, in a sense. So we make sure our scouting, we check off areas that we don't want to hunt, and we write down areas that we want to hunt, and we key in on those. So nothing I saw here makes you want to hunt, like I said, opening day, but this is definitely going to be something I'm going to keep an eye on into the season, on into October. So that's a wrap. Until next time.